Hi everyone, I'm Hallie. If you're new here, welcome to Ledger and Lace, and if you're a subby, welcome back, and I will have an update at the end of this video. But for right now, let's dive into 2022 jazz hands. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside for just a minute while we go into, this is my daily stack. This is what I do on a daily basis. So this is my EDC, Everyday Carry. It's a traveler's notebook that I made years ago, and it's held up really well. Here's my business card. This is a pocket. This is also a pocket. And I used a Tim Holtz stencil for embellishing. Here's a goulet, upside down goulet pen splat that I made a stencil of. And then here's the back. Here's the inside. This is where I have my, my grocery list that I keep on here with a bull clip. This is my monthly calendar, for a 2-year calendar that I got from the Dollar Tree. Here is a bowl clip, and then I just made a pen loop out of part of a placemat. I use a Pilot V5 rollerball clicky pen, and then this is my favorite pencil. It's a Papermate Sharp Writer number 2. So that's what I use there. This is my wallet insert. I deconstructed the outside of a wallet, and so just use this as the inside, and I covered it with you're gonna see a theme for 2022 because this is the paper, my marbled paper that I used for 2022. So this is a folder that houses my check register, but also stamps, deposit slip, and then cash receipts on the back. This is a blank notebook that I use just for taking notes or making notes when I'm out and about. And then here is my weekly planner that is blank. I just fill in the dates as each week, and it's really stuff it's like my everyday stuff that I gotta do. So, and then in the back, there's the back. And here's a picture of my cute nephew. And then there's the back. So that's my EDC errand runner. This is my gratitude journal, and I did have a different setup. I'll have a link to my other, I think I didn't do one last year, but 2019 of what I was using prior to this current setup. But I wanted something smaller. So I got this at a thrift store, and the first couple of pages were used and ripped out, but the person had written their name on the cover. So I was like, I started off embellishing it just to cover up the name with this pretty antique lace. Thank you, Betsy. And then I just kept going. So here's the back lace, and then I cover, this is from Twinings. I fussy cut it out and covered up the ugly barcode. This is one of my fake wax seals made out of hot glue. And then here's the inside. Here's another part of that tea box where I just keep my ephemera. And then I sewed on this pen loop here. And then the pen I'm using, I'll have a separate video coming up on fountain pens that I use. This is a Noodler's. Isn't this pretty? You can't get it anymore, unfortunately, but there you go. That's what I'm using for that. Oh, and then here is my pen blotter board, which is actually made out of construction paper, old school construction paper, not the glossy kind of flimsy stuff that you see every once in a while. This is just nice absorbent construction paper. So there you go. So there's that. And then here's my morning pages. This is what I just moved out of, and this is how I keep notes, and I just write 3 pages every day, or 2 crappy pages, as Tim Ferriss says. And then I color code stuff and mark it all up. It is, I'll show you what it looks like, pristine and new. It is a Rhodia composition notebook that is fountain pen friendly. So that's, and while I'm on that subject, I will show you what I use in my morning pages, which is, I'm going old school with a dip pen. This is an old pen I got at an antique store with an Esterbrook nib, and then this actually the inkwell I got off of Amazon. And so did I say I'll have a separate video on fountain pens? I'll do that along with the dip pens, because there's a learning curve with that. So, but that's what I use when I'm doing morning pages. So I'll show you my new morning pages because I just moved into it. This is, I made this cover with a piece of sheet music, and I put a dried fern on it, and then I just colored copied and glued it onto the cover. So that's my morning pages for the next, I don't know, couple months or so, however long it takes me to fill the notebook. And then here's my blotter board again. It's just the construction paper. So there's that. And I also use it as a bookmark of sorts. Okay, so let me move that out of the way, and I will move in my project planner. So this is sort of like a hybridized, is that a word? Well, it is now. Hybridized bullet journal. This is a cover from an old fern book that I fancied up, and then we will dive in. There's my 2022 marbled paper. This is the original inside, again from an old book. I have a folder in here, pockets to hold brochures or schedules or whatever. So there's that. Here's the year at a glance. And then I will jump to, so each quarter, so I have all the months listed on tabs there, but I also have the quarters separated by this green, those green hanging folders. I cut that down to size and put it into one of these plastic sheet protectors. So each quarter has that. Oh, also, I made this with 28-pound legal size paper that I just cut in half. And so that measures, hang on, it measures 7 by 8.5. And it's pretty easy. And then I have this whole collection of end pages that I've saved digitally. So I just use some of those. This is, okay, so this is what, hang on, let me go to a month that I have not filled out yet. Okay, so I have the month on a page, and then this is for my quarterly goals, and then I just have a week on a page, and I write my project to-dos over on this side. I mind map. And then we have ink on my fingers. Okay, we have year at a glance, and then this is what 2023 looks like. I'll have important dates for forward planning. I didn't show the other one though because that's already filled in. All right, and then I use page flags to tag stuff and keep track of stuff. This is where I'm making notes. So I have color coded. So I'm making notes on the gold. It's just basic gold 20-pound copy paper. And then for taking notes that are related to anything that I'm doing as a project this year is on the white paper. And this is my bookmark, but also it's blotter board and for housing my page flags and sticky notes and stuff. And here is it's a sharp writer like the other one, only it came to me in in kindergarten yellow. Hello, I'm yellow. It was wrongly advertised, but it's okay. And then here's my new favorite pen from Goulet. It's a Jinhao Extra Fine something. I forget what it is. I'll have it linked down below for all your fountain pen needs. And so that's this journal. And then, the other thing is that usually I stack my notebooks just one on top of another. So for easy reference, this I know is my 2022 project planner because I have green lace on there. Unlike my just notes and quotes basic notebook where I have this on here. This is my other favorite kind of pen, which is my Uniball roller ball. I love roller balls and fountain pens and dip pens. It's very rare that I'm ever in ballpoint land with pens. Okay, so this is a graphic I did with different books on here, and this is not just 2022. This is just until I fill it up. So I have a pocket for notes, and then here I have started with notes and quotes already. So there we go with that. And this is replacing this that I had in my 2019 lineup video. So, and you can see this is well loved and filled out. So there you go. So there's that. So that's replacing that. And then this is my last one, which is everything. You know, some people when they're doing research, they use the note card system, and that just, it doesn't work for me. I just have, note cards everywhere. So I just have this one notebook where I'm putting in all my research for 19th century stuff and ferns and all of that for Fernie's world, the fern world, the story that I'm working on. So that's it. So that's my 2022 lineup. And now I'll give you a quick brief update. Sorry for all the uhs too. I know that's annoying. So, I moved into a cabin in the woods, which was really cute, and I was surrounded by trees, and it was very idyllic looking. And I also didn't know when I was moving in that it was half a mile as the crow flies near a rock quarry, and every week the ground literally shook. At least once a week, if not twice, and it terrorized Bingo, my dog. And it was not idyllic. I mean, I have some just gorgeous photos, but it was less than idyllic. So, and it was never a long-term plan anyway, because I had to move from the Richmond area in a very quick manner, and it was the beginning of the pandemic, and I was limited in what kind of house I could rent just because of my dogs, and that cabin just ticked all the boxes. It was one floor, it had a back porch, it was, surrounded by nature, so it really was the right place to land, but it was not going to be permanent. So now I moved about 6 months ago, and now I am I'm surrounded by nature again. I'm surrounded by Amish farms. I have a wonderful neighbor, and and a backyard for Buddy, fenced in again. So he was very happy when we moved, and it's been just the best place, because now I have this just backlog of videos that I can record, because the lighting was just, it was so bad at the cabin. It was just hideous. So, so I moved, and when I moved, I found out I had this starving little tabby cat that had tunneled under my front porch, and so I have a new cat. Which my tabby bobcat is none too pleased about. And but the other thing is that a couple weeks ago I quite suddenly had to say goodbye to Buddy. And so that explains this ring, because I never keep ashes or anything like that, because my house would just be all ashy with all the dogs that I've had. So I got this ring in memorial to Buddy, and I'll link it down below, but it says, I'm not going to read it because I'll just start boohooing. Anyway, so that's the basic update. I am going to start uploading on a regular basis, and yeah, I have plans. See, I have plans for 2022. So I will see you all, and if you've hung out with me this long, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.